What's up, everybody? So it's Nick Chavez, man, aka Mr. Be Prepared, Not Scared, right? So, as you can see, man, the name of the title this week is Account Able. So I broke it down, I broke the word apart, and then I'm gonna put it together later on. But you'll see, as we go further on in the video. So, account able. So basically, your account is basically you, right? Like like how regular accounts work, whether it's a bank account or something like that. It works by, you deposit stuff into it, you withdraw stuff out of it, and then, sometimes you get insufficient funds or negative balances, right? So, in this particular instance, right, we talked about, like, what are you depositing into, your account? Are you depositing like positive stuff? Are you depositing stuff like love? Are you depositing stuff like, stuff that's going to help you grow to that next level? Or are you depositing negative stuff? You depositing gossip, or just always just keeping stuff going, or whatever the case may be, right? So that's one of those, that's one of the things we do, like, and just know that whatever you want your account to be, like, your account is able to do whatever you want it to do, depending on what you deposit in it and what you withdraw out of it, right? So if you deposit negative stuff in it, then most likely the withdrawal coming from out of it is going to be negative stuff. But if you deposit positive stuff in it, then the withdrawal coming out of that is going to be positive stuff. So don't have a negative or insufficient balance by withdrawing that negative stuff, man. Try to put more positive stuff in there than the negative stuff, right? So and then we talked about basically how many of us did certain things that we didn't hold ourselves accountable for, right? So just saying you do certain things like all right, so now we off the account part, right? Now we gonna combine the word, and it's accountable, right? So how many of us has been in situations that, like, God may have used somebody to tell us something that we needed to know the answer to, but because of who it was, we didn't receive it. So just say, like, somebody come and say, oh bro, or oh sis, you need to do such and such, and if you do it this way, it'll be better. And then in your mind, it might be something like, bro, you need to save for a house instead of keep paying rent for this apartment. And then in your mind, you like, man, you ain't got no house neither, you got an apartment too. But instead of you really looking at the wisdom, like, God could have downloaded that thing and that person to really tell you that stuff, right? And it's really for that person as well. So that person is telling you because they going through the same thing. And it's like, yeah, now that, I got this insight, I'm telling you the same thing that I'm going through myself, right? And a lot of us put, like, damn our own self up. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, over the weekend, I felt kind of jacked up, right? And I felt jacked up because I'm like, man, and if we being honest, man, like, man, I felt like I wasted a lot of time being in situations that I knew I had no business in, right? So i.e., I'll say, like for my baby mother, for instance, right? You know what I mean? I wasted 17 years, but like, and I got in this real little funk. I'm being honest, man, because I'm working through a lot of this stuff myself as I'm doing the videos and stuff like that. So I got this funk. I'm like, man, if I had to been left, I had to been this far ahead or that far ahead or whatever. And then I'm like, man, she stopped me. In actuality, once you start, like, self-evaluating yourself, you'll realize that, you gotta hold yourself accountable, because nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do. Like, I was there because I stayed there. So, and me staying there, I was accountable for that, man. And until you get to the point where, as though you hold yourself accountable for certain stuff, man, certain stuff in your life gonna keep happening. Like, sometimes we don't hold ourselves up to the standard that we hold other people up to. So just say, if you pay your cable bill and then your cable bill get disconnected, right? You fussing the cable company, man, but what's the difference in you knowing what you're supposed to do but you don't do it. You're not as tough for yourself as you is on that cable person because you paid that and it didn't happen, right? Like sometimes some of us got dreams and stuff that we don't pursue or don't happen, and we not as hard on ourselves as we are on, somebody else. We not as critical on ourselves as we are other people, man. And a lot of us do that, and I was one. I know I did that, man. I didn't hold myself accountable for a lot of stuff, for a lot of reasons, man. And if we gonna grow to that next level, we gotta know our strengths and our weaknesses, and we gotta hold ourselves accountable for certain things, man. Like that's just what it is. Like for me, one of my last relationships, and it clicked. I didn't get it at first, but it clicked. I'm like, man, look, in the struggle with starting your own business and all that stuff, like you got your mindset, like, yo, I see the finish line, I see the goal, I see this, like, sure, look, just rock with me, we gonna get there, right? And sometimes you got to be the one to get there before you can bring somebody else along, because everybody not going to see your dream, or everybody not going to see your goal, right? So at the end of the day, like Shorty had 3 kids, you feel me? 3 kids, bills still had to get paid. Them 3 kids still had to eat. So even though the intention was good, like, yo, I'm doing this so that we can have generational wealth, you know what I mean? Like generational wealth, not just stuff for us, but for our kids, and our kids can live off of, man, for the moves that we make now. And thinking like that, it can be a gift or a curse, because you kind of forget that, like, you don't forget, but you got like that end goal line in mind. It's like, oh man, it's like you just feel like everybody gonna wait until that happens. That's not true, man. So you definitely gotta hold yourself accountable for that, and then be able to maneuver and adjust to whatever you need to adjust to, right? So it's 2 things that popped in my head, man. It's like, man, if God be for me, who dare be against me, right? So if you know that you doing the right thing and your intention's good, like God got you, man. Like God got you. Then it's like another thing, like I'm more than a conqueror. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, ain't nothing gonna stop me from doing what I need to do, but I gotta hold myself accountable for this stuff, man. I can't blame God. I can't blame other people for none of this stuff, man, because at the end of the day, I gotta keep pushing and I gotta keep doing what I gotta do, right? Just like everybody else, all of us, right? So you know how when you young, right? You young and you might be scared to fight somebody or something, right? And then it's like, oh man, this person might beat me up, this person might win, whatever. This back in the day, you young. So you're a little timid or whatever. It might be your first fight, might be your second fight or whatever it is, but you're a little timid. But then how you feel like if your mother behind you or your father behind you or your uncle behind you or whatever. Man, you ain't scared no more because you know that person behind you got your back, man. God the same way. So whatever it is you scared of, you scared to pursue, you scared to go forward, man, know that God got your back, man, and push, because he got you, man, and then you move that way. You feel me? You move that way. Don't give yourself no excuses. Don't give yourself none of that stuff, man. Just move with adjustments, man, and hold yourself accountable for a lot of stuff, man. Hold yourself accountable for everything. Like, even if you feel like don't push that accountability off, like, man, only reason this happened because I was with this person. Only reason that happened because I was with that person. Nah, man, hold yourself accountable. You chose to be with that person. You chose to do this with this person and all that stuff. So once you hold yourself accountable, you know how to adjust, you know how to reverse whatever it is, you know how to move how you need to move, right? Like a lot of us, we run back to familiar instead of running to freedom. You can pray to God, look, I need you to leave me alone. I need you to help me get out of this situation. I need you to help me get out of this relationship, because I know this relationship not good for me. I know this relationship is toxic as hell for me. God needs you to help me get out of this, because where I'm at, I don't want to be. Help me get out of here. And then you get out of that joint, right? But then when you get in a new situation and all that stuff, you want to run back soon as you go through a little trouble, right? You go through a little, man, and I've been through this, like when I left my baby mother, you go with somebody else and all this stuff, right? You do this stuff, but then you don't put up with as much stuff as this new person as you did with your baby mother or that familiar person. And then it's like they could do less, and you're like, no, I'm out. And then you go back to familiar, and then you right back at square one, like, God, how you let me do this? No, God will let you do it. You did it. You got to hold yourself accountable for it. Like, man, I know when I was younger, man, my Uncle Kevin Emerson, before he started Rim Sauce, man, I used to watch him and my Uncle Kevin Lewis. You know, they would be down Perkins in the parking lots, changing cars, changing tires, putting in alarm system, putting in radios. And I watched my Uncle Kevin Emerson, man, sell everything he had, and he banked on himself. He held himself accountable for it. He ain't blamed nobody else. He ain't do nothing. He held himself accountable. He sold everything he had, and he started off with the drop shop up on North Avenue. And then from the drop shop came Rim Sauce. And then from Rim Sauce came Rim Sauce Motorsports. And my uncle ain't looked back since. And if anybody know anything about my uncle, you know his whip game is sick. You know, Kev got probably like the best whips in Baltimore City, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like until he held himself accountable and he banked on himself and they make no excuses, just made adjustments, he didn't get to that point, right? So like I got a lot of different examples of like just different people doing the same different thing. And then while I'm on the subject of that, man, we're going to talk about where I'm from. So I'm from Perkins, right? I'm from Perkins, so Perkins has been getting a lot of like negative media because, you know, a couple people got killed down there. You know, rest in peace to the people that got killed, my man, and the guy in Spring Court. I didn't know his name, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that, man. But 2 people got killed in Perkins within the last maybe 2 weeks, right? So you only hear about the negative stuff. You don't hear about the positive stuff, but it's a lot of positive stuff that came from Perkins, you feel me? So like when I see it, I'm like, man, look, if you from the outside looking at it, you'll think, oh man, there's monsters down there, this, that, man. But you had people like Miss Mary Knox, man, that had the penny candy store. You feel what I'm saying? You go there, get your little penny candy and stuff, an entrepreneur, you feel me? So you had Miss Mary Knox, you had people like my Aunt Diane, Annie the Clown, that was going out doing parties and stuff like that, right? You had people like Travis and Colin, you know what I mean, that's doing the Powerhouse and the UA House, you feel what I'm saying? You got people like Mike Parker, Master Barber, you know, entrepreneur, you know what I mean? You got people like Buki starting the clothing line. You got people like, well, boy Buki, Dedrick, you know what I mean? You got people like him starting the clothing line. You got Tyreek starting the clothing line or got their clothing line established, you know what I mean? You got Tevin with the same thing, so you got nurses down there, you know, my little cousin Peachy, Keisha Webb, you know, Easy Watch, like these people was nurses and for anything else, man. So at the end of the day, bro, like anywhere in any city, any hood, whatever, man, I only can speak on the people that I know, like, that's from my particular place, and that's Perkins, man. So it's a lot of positive stuff going on down there, just like it's negative, but the positive outweigh the negative, man. You know, Miss Becky with the frozen cups and stuff like that, you know what I mean? We got a lot of entrepreneurs, and we got a lot of people that's doing a lot of different moves, man. So if any of my Perkins people watching this particular video, man, like if you're doing something positive, and I forgot to mention your name, don't take it personal, I just don't know, or whatever the case may be, right? But if you're doing anything positive, man, like comment on this video and say what you're doing positive, man, because it's not all negative down Perkins. So at the end of the day, man, know that God got your back, man. You more than a conqueror, man. And if God be for you, man, no, it don't matter who against you, man. Like whatever God got for you, man, that's just what it is, man. So hold yourself accountable for all your actions, man. Hold yourself accountable for everything, man, because it ain't nobody's fault but yours. So if you fail or whatever, that's all you, bro. But as long as you fail, you can get up and you take that as a learning experience. You know what you did wrong, man. Put that together, man, and do something else. Do something better. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, man, do something a little different to give you a different result. You can't keep doing the same thing and wanting a different result. That's the definition of insanity, man. So, man, until next week, man, focus on the mission, not the money, man. Be prepared, not scared for everything and anything in life, man. And I promise you, man, like everything gonna change for you once you hold yourself accountable. 2020, we saying what we want, we getting what we want, man. What God got for us is for us, man. And can't nobody stop it. Ain't nobody gonna stop it, man. Like we can't even stop it. We don't even know when it's gonna come, but when it's coming, it's gonna be a windfall, man. Cause God do stuff in a big way. He don't just do stuff just enough. He do it in a big way so that it's gonna be bigger than what you even thought and what you even expected, man. So until next Tuesday, man, y'all be prepared, not scared, man. Focus on the mission, not the money. New self, new wealth. 2020, man. See what you want, get what you want, man. All them excuses out the door, man. We not making no more excuses. We just making adjustments. You hear me? So hold yourself accountable, man. And all my people down Perkins, man, I love y'all, man. And put whatever it is positive down there, man. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say all my people from Perkins, man. I'm gonna say Perkins, Flag, Lafayette, Douglas, like any East Side project, you know what I mean, or anywhere that's getting some type of negative attention, man, put down in the comments what it is, what exactly it is that you're doing, where you from or whatever, and like something positive that you're doing. You feel me? Because all this stuff, all this negative stuff, it can't just be all negative. It just can't. You feel what I'm saying? So like the video, man. Subscribe to my channel, man. Comment, I comment back. If you want to sit down and have any type of meeting, check my website out, www.bepreparednotscared.net. That's for financial services, man. If you want to get out of debt, pay your house off in 9 years or less as opposed to 30 years, I do that. If you want to, pay off your student loans without spending no extra money, man, I do that, man. Just call me, man, or set up a meeting with on my website, man, and I got you, man. Like, we gonna do everything that we need to do, man. We gonna get whatever we got for us, that God got for us, man. We with that. So y'all be blessed, man. Peace.